does it impact your approach this week at all, coming off a game like that?
I guess you can say, yeah, earlier in the week in the sense of you're pissed, right? You went out there and we went out there, put a performance out there like that, myself, something you're not proud of, something that, as I said before, that you didn't see coming at all with just the way that we prepared, our confidence level. So the last thing that we can do is allow that to really linger into the week. So, I mean, yeah, especially having the extra day. I mean, I guess we had the extra day to put it behind us, watch the film, whether that been Wednesday, and then come in and close the book on that and move forward to the Chargers, which are a really good team. And you don't have time in this league to have a hangover. And even after a game like that, as disappointing as it is, it's one game, thankfully. It's one game, and we've got to move forward, and we get a chance to go out here Monday night and then put something else on tape and move forward as we get into go into this bye week and get ready to build off of that.
You have had a history of bouncing back from losses, but because this one you said a number of times you didn't see coming, it was like being blindsided. Does that make it tougher to move on?
No, I think no, not at all. I think if anything, I don't want to say easier in the sense, but you can't be shaken by it. You can't change your preparation. You can't change anything you've done because of that happened. I mean, bad night, bad timing for some turnovers. And we just couldn't do anything on offense. And at the end of the day, it goes into the third downs that were really manageable and things that we've been the best at in the league. We weren't able to do that. But credits to that. That's why our score looks like that, and that's why the game looks like it does. And so, as I said, no, it's a turn the page, it's a move forward, or you know that it's going to be a landslide, and that's the absolute last thing that's going to happen.
Is that because you said there are things that you've done in the past? That's what makes it easy because you know this is more about what y'all didn't do than necessarily something they did?
Yeah, for sure. But, I mean, you got to give those guys credit, too. They had a hell of a plan. They challenged us. We didn't respond the right way, and that's why it got ugly. So not going to just say, oh, it was all us. That's a hell of a team we played, and we're going to give them credit, but not going to allow that to shake our confidence in who we are. As I said after the game, maybe at this point right now in Week 5, they're further along than us. But there's a lot of football left, and we've got to make sure that we're continuing to get better, and that's been the attitude this week coming in, practicing the preparation, and we're going to continue to do that. As I said, that's in the past, and we've got a chance to come out on Monday night and put a performance together on all three sides of the ball that we're proud of and can go in the bye week, as I said, and build off of.
When CD expressed his frustration with the offense and Mike said he had a chat with him, how do you kind of help him get through some of those things?
I mean, a frustrated person that feels like we all could have done better and feels like he can change the game. I understand it. I really do. I really do. So it's in the sense of just communicating with him, asking him ways that he thinks targets, I guess, that, you know what I mean, thinks he can get it more where we can get it at. And CD's a guy that I'll never lose confidence in and trust who he is and understands, as I said, why he's frustrated. But at the end of the day, he's a leader. And it's about him leading other guys and picking other guys up and just trying to make sure that we're all pushing our best. And that's where the frustration, we've got to remove that. And he will. He's a young player that's growing by the day, and he'll only get better, and he'll be better because of that, those frustrating times.
He said you talked to him on Monday and just said, hey, come up, let me know what you're thinking.
Yeah, as I just said, communication. Yeah, and we were all frustrated. Hell, I mean, you go 3 and out like we did last week. We're all going to be frustrated. I mean, we're used to, especially early in this year, right, moving the ball, having the long drives that we had, being on the field, sustaining those things, and you're not doing that early. Yeah, we can't be upset about it. We've got to get an answer for it, and the best way to get an answer is just communicating. And so that's my point of him is, hey, come up to me, come find me, I'll come find you. And in a sense, we did at times. That's what said it. Hell, if it gets passionate, if the media makes it out to be something that that it's not, so be it. Who cares? They're going to do that anyway. So let's get passionate and figure out an answer on the sideline. But the last thing we're going to do is not speak about it and allow that to linger as well.
How do you feel about the offense in general, what you're out there with, and what you're capable of?
I'm confident as hell. I feel great.
You like what you're doing?
I mean, obviously, I don't like what we did Sunday by any means, but as I said, that was us not converting on third downs, allowing us to extend drives and 3 and out, turnover. Yeah, I mean, you're going to get blown out like that in this league, and that's why, as humbling as it was, didn't see that. We didn't answer the response of their physicality, and but what we've put together, what the plan, everything that we've worked on back in the spring, I'd be crazy to lose confidence in that. Understanding all the work that we've put into this, shit's hard, and it got hard Sunday. And the last thing we're gonna do is give up and quit or say, hell, let's start from scratch and start over. Absolutely not.
Brandon Cooks doesn't seem like the guy who stays outside of himself. Things aren't going his way from a production standpoint. Like, he's very internal and doesn't make it, not really outwardly with it. What have you seen from him in terms of how he's handled the lack of production so far and just the maturity with which he's gone in?
Super mature guy. One of the best professionals in this building, and thankful for a guy like that. Just not only in the receiver room, but on offense and on this team. And as you said, yeah, I mean, hell, I'm sure he's frustrated. I'm sure he wants the ball more. Who doesn't? And that's on me and coach and creating opportunities for him to get the ball more, and which will happen. But the way he's went about it, encouraging other guys, switching plays with CD that put CD in the primary spot. I think that speaks of the selflessness that he has and he carries, and that he talked about, that he was just trying to bring this team back in the spring, and he's gonna reap the rewards of that come soon enough.
And when you looked at you mentioned third downs, but overall just studying the totality of offensively not winning where you wanted to be Sunday, did you find it wasn't just one thing, or there was a lot of different themes in a lot of different areas across a lot of different position groups and aspects of it that were at fault?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's got to be accountable to it. We had those conversations, and we will be, and we've answered in the way we've prepped this week. But I mean, I think third downs, because if you convert a few more you convert some third downs like we did, you get more opportunities at it. And I think going back from early in the year, we were talking about more at bats, giving ourselves more chances, more plays to create big plays. And when you're not converting on third down, it's a lot less of a sample size that now you can critique. And yeah, I mean, when you do that, as I said, we didn't play well at all. But if we convert some third downs, get more chances at it, allow guys to have more plays, more run attempts, more catches, then they can break some tackles, and maybe that's where the success comes, as it did on the one drive and a half. I guess you count the one coming out in the second half. So yeah, we've got to be better in all aspects of it. But I think that was a huge part of it, and just not being physical.
You talked before about what Kellen means to your career. Can you just, again, kind of articulate just, what he has to do with the status you've been able to obtain in this league, and you feel he's a big part of that?
Yeah, huge part of it. Coming in this game as a young rookie, drafted fourth round, and was really just battling for a few snaps. And as I told y'all, with a guy like Kellen in front of you, that's demoralizing. Seeing a guy that knows the game that well, me being as young as I was, and not knowing it. Yeah, I mean, that's why he's having success. The success he's having as a play caller and a coach, because of his mindset, because of how smart he is, his personality, and then just so for me to come up under him and then be in the quarterback room with him the next year before him taking over to being a quarterback coach, fast track to an OC, which he's been phenomenal at. A guy that sees the game, is very, very innovative, is going to try things, and yeah, he's been huge to my career, and I know that he's going to have a lot of success out there in LA or wherever's next for him, and got a great quarterback on his hands there. And yeah, I mean, he's more than a coach. I mean, obviously he was a teammate that turned into a coach, but he's a friend. He's a friend for life. Talked to him earlier in the year, wished him luck, but obviously we both have had our own things and are in our hands full, and so it'll be great when I see him at some point come Monday.
It is a business, but did it take a while for you to get over the fact that he had to go? Or not he had to go, but he did leave?
I mean, it's what the offseason was for. Yeah, sure. There were some times that early in the offseason that it was unfortunate. And, I mean, this year was different in the sense as it was Kellen, it was Nussmeier, it was Zeke. It was a few guys, and it just wasn't all one. And so I think as tough as it was, in the sense that's what made it easier and what just showed me more. And I guess I can't say show me because I knew it, but just this is a business, you know what I mean? But what I'm thankful for, as I said before, of creating those relationships that are going to last well beyond this game, and thankful for Kellen and Nuss and just everything that they brought to not only myself, this organization, this team, and the success that we had.
Dak, have you guys been able to develop an identity on offense, or is that just part of the growing pains of a new system?
It's a good question in the sense of just looking at the 5-game sample. I think we have an idea of what we want to be, and we're working at that every game or every day and every game. But when you look at the 3 wins, they're blowout wins that were simple, and then you look at the losses. We couldn't get going in Arizona. We really just didn't score in the red zone in Arizona. We had great long drives, and then, as I said, just didn't capitalize on 3rd down and kept us off the field, and something that that's been the exact opposite all year long in San Fran. But yeah, I mean, we want to come at you with tempo. You know what I mean? It starts with the run and getting the ball out of my hands to these playmakers in space. So I mean, there is an identity that we're pushing for. Now, have we peaked? Absolutely not. But are we going to stop? We're going to continue to work towards it. And to your sense, yeah, that's growing pains. I mean, this is 5 games into this offense, 5 games into guys getting comfortable with that, figuring out how we're going to play when the defense, you know what I mean, creates the turnovers like they do, or then vice versa when they're not. So that's part of it. But we're going to get it right, and there's no doubt in my mind, and I can guarantee any of these men in this locker room's mind.